This is the best train you can make in LEGO Fortnite. I'm giving away gift cards every single day for V-Bucks on this channel to random supporters down in the comment section. All you have to do is a like, be a subscriber, and comment your epic username down below. That way I can go into the item shop and gift friends or you guys any skin you want. I posted on YouTube post and saw that a lot of people haven't ever built a train, so let's break down and show you guys how. The materials you guys will need is wood, wooden rods, flexwood rods, cords, some fabric, glass powder, and finally, you're gonna need some torches. Now, I'm on my giant platform here. We'll break that down later, but we're gonna be building our switch. We're gonna use a bunch of thrusters. We're gonna have a dynamic foundation, a bunch of balloons, small and large tires. I didn't really record myself building this platform. This is completely up to you guys on how you're gonna build this, whether that's with wood or with granite. But the most important thing when building this large platform is you wanna be above the tree line in every single direction. That'll make sure that you're not jumping and hitting into any trees when using this train. The second thing is you do need to build a platform underneath of this main platform. That way you could put the tires from underneath and kind of have this servicing area. Now, the last thing before we actually build the trains is you need to actually build that railroad system, which is just going to be using these large foundation sticks that point straight out. They're very long and go out. You just want to build a bunch of these. This will kind of act as the stationary point for your train to never fall off on either side. It'll just keep everything straight and balanced, and you can build this really out as far as you guys want, although you do want to think of some ending point for your map, because if it's too long, it's too long, and that gets really boring. So we're gonna build this out a decent amount, and later in this video, I'll talk about what my plans are with my specific train. Now, we're gonna start off with one build. So we're gonna do one dynamic foundation, and because this is the first one, that is going to be going towards our base. So we're gonna put that directly over the center, and now we're gonna put our tires as close to that middle rod as we can, and have 4 total on this dynamic foundation underneath. So again, you're gonna use that nudging tool, put these as close to that beam as you possibly can. That way, once again, they're almost touching, but they're not. And again, this will act as a stationary point so that you're not falling left or right or lopsiding. It'll hold you straight down, kind of hug that beam so that it never falls over. Again, use that nudging tool as best as you can to get this as close to that beam as possible. Now again, this is going towards our base since we placed that down first. So now we're gonna grab some small thrusters, and you could start off by putting 3 of these on here. Although if you guys want to, you could put 5. You could have gotten away with doing 1, but I did 3. It's just a normal amount. It gets me to and from, but again, you could do 5. It goes just a little bit faster. So we're only gonna put this on one side of this platform because we're gonna be going back towards our base rather than to and from. We'll save that for the last platform. Now, we also want to put that switch down towards those. That way that when we press that, it'll go in the direction that we want it to. Now, the final thing that we're going to do, just to again hold this up, is put some balloons on this platform. You can put them on all 4 of those blue circles on the dynamic foundation, and you have successfully built 1/2 of your train. So now this is me kind of speed running and building my own version of it, or again, just building the other end of this train. Again, you want 2 pieces of this, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay down my dynamic foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and put down my thrusters. I'm gonna go underneath and put my 4 tires. But again, these thrusters are now pointing towards the other dynamic foundation because I'm gonna be going out that way. So I have one that goes to my location, and then one goes away from my location. Obviously, that's very important because you obviously don't want them both going in the same direction, as that really brings you nowhere. So once you have both of these done, now you're gonna have one that's going to and from. We just wanna put those balloons on there, and we have officially created and finished off our dynamic foundation or our train that we're gonna use. Now it's pretty simple from there. You're just gonna go ahead and use that switch and it'll just point you and bring you in the direction that you guys want to go. For myself, I set this to go right in between the dry valley and the snow biome. I wanna make sure that I'm as close to them as humanly possible so that traveling just becomes a little bit easier. I'm not exactly sure what my plans are to finish this thing off. I don't know if I'm gonna make it so that it can turn one way or the other. I don't know if I'm gonna set up a jump pad, but you guys will find that really out in the next clip as far as what I'm gonna do. But this works flawlessly. It shouldn't break, it shouldn't glitch underneath or above. Things should just kind of hang on to this dynamic foundation and to this rod here pretty much permanently, so you guys can always ride this every single day to make your travels that much faster. Now, when I reach my endpoint of my building, I am just gonna build a stop for myself using a small tire. I mentioned you would need a small tire at the beginning of the video, but I set myself up to end this train right in between both biomes. The final thing that you guys really need to do is give yourself that exit point and just another way up to where your train is. So for myself, I'm gonna build these walls or build these floors all around, and then I'm gonna lower a staircase down to the ground. That way I now have a second point to get up to these trains. Now this area here, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I believe I'm just gonna set up an elevator. That way I can jump from this location here and choose to either go to the snow biome or the dry valley. So I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do.